Do you know what the most common insecure attachment style is in men and what it causes in your relationships, and how to spot those men in advance so they can't get in too close and do damage in your life? You are in the right place, because I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist, and today I'm going to teach you all three of those things because I want to help keep you safe in your relationships so that you get the best results. A little known fact is that men specifically break their attachment in a very specific direction. Women usually go in the other direction. Interestingly, I'm going to walk you through exactly what that means and why and what that looks like. But the real problem that you got to answer here is, why are these women chasing these men? If you're a woman who has chased the same type of man over and over and over and got your heart broke repeatedly, today I'm going to show you exactly why that happens and how you can spot those guys in advance, and maybe we'll even talk about how to fix your own attachment style so that you don't deal with that problem anymore. Now, I'm going to share some resources here because I'm the attachment specialist and I help people fix this. All the resources I'm going to mention in here today about fixing your attachment style or identifying men with attachment issues are going to be available on adamlanesmith.com. That is my website, and I am going to have everything available as well in the About section. If you need to contact me through there, find the website there, or drop me a comment down below and say, Adam, I need some help with this. You know, I found these guys. I really need help weeding them out. I got you. We will figure it out together, and I will show you exactly the process for fixing that. But let me know in the comments below how I can help. And while you're there, throw me a subscribe. You're going to need the information on this channel anyway. I've got lots more information coming your way. Now, here's an interesting fact. Did you know that the majority of people who have avoidant attachment style are men? And the majority of people who have anxious attachment style are women. Women tend to turn their fear inward and blame themselves and become approval seeking so they don't get abandoned. Men tend to turn the blame outward and blame other people for being bad and unloving in the relationship or in the world, and then they avoid other people and avoid intimacy to try to stay safe. Now, this doesn't mean that men can't be anxious and women can't be avoidant. I've seen that all the time in my coaching practice, and I treat that all the time with individuals. Yes, they can. But more often than not, men are the ones doing the avoiding and women are the one doing the anxious pursuit of the avoidant male. Now, you've probably seen my earlier video, love bombing and what it does to your partner. That pattern is extremely common in relationships with a male avoidant and a female anxious. I treat this all the time. And I'm on TikTok where I've got almost 300,000 followers now, and I do 6 live events per week. And over there, it never fails. The comments are flooded during my live events with anxiously attached women who are begging to understand what went wrong with their avoidant man. So avoidant attachment style is this. I'm going to make this really simple. It's the belief that other people cannot act unselfishly, that every human being is a classification of where their feelings are at that moment. They have a meter above their head that says good feelings, bad feelings. When they have good feelings, they're more likely to be generous because they can, because they're going to be generous to the person who gave them good feelings. When their good feelings are low, they're going to be very angry and bitter toward other people and start taking from them. This is the belief with avoidant attachment style, that everyone operates this way. Morals go out the window, and it is purely based on this. Avoidantly attached people are not bad people. Are some of them bad, and do some of them have bad behaviors? Oh yes, that's the manipulative variant of avoidant attachment style. But most of what I treat in my coaching practice and in my private community, the attachment circle, are nervous avoidant people. They still have anxiety and they are scared, but they avoid, and they're not fearful of abandonment. They are afraid to open up and connect to these selfish people who will betray them when the time is wrong. That selfish people that they have to endlessly please and care for and nurture, and it's exhausting, and all they're getting out of it is preventing betrayal. That is exhausting, and that's hard to live. You've met plenty of people who say, I'm an introvert, I get so exhausted from even thinking about speaking to another human being that I would rather take my own life than go to a social party. That's not an introvert. That person often has an attachment issue, and very often it's an avoidant attachment of, I can't stand to be around other people because all I have to do is fluff their feelings for them all the time so they won't abandon me or betray me. If you thought all you were doing was pouring your heart and soul into preventing a negative, how long would you hold out on that? It's not a good faith argument. It's a bad faith argument of someone who doesn't believe good faith is possible and will ever be given to them. Now, if you've been in a relationship with a man who did not believe emotional intimacy was possible, you asked him for his needs, he said, no, thanks, I don't need any help from you. And you asked him to get closer to you, no, I don't really like doing that. And after lovemaking, he pops up and throws his shirt on, jumps out the window to escape, or just pulls away and doesn't want any connection with you. During lovemaking, there's very little eye contact, and it's also almost more mechanical. This is usually avoidant attachment style. And it really boils down to not even knowing that emotional intimacy is possible because he's afraid of it and avoiding it. Most men with avoidant attachment are terrified of commitment. Not that they'll never ever commit, but these are the guys who will keep a woman on the hook for 8 years without ever answering the question of if they're going to get married or not. It's a nice idea for down the line. Let's talk about that after we've been together for another 40 years. This is the process, and this is why so many people with anxious attachment style get really hurt from men who have avoidant attachment style. It's not intentional that they're evil. It's that their avoidance leads them to lead other people on, sometimes without meaning to, sometimes with meaning to. So how do I identify this? Well, number one, you see what relationships he has in his life. Who does he talk to? Does he actually have a deep connection with people? Friends, especially. What are his relationships like in his family? Ask him some of these questions. Figure them out. Number two, is he going really fast to establish feelings with you? Is he going to make you feel good with compliments, kindness, physical interaction, jumping in bed as fast as possible? He's going to be the best in the sack you've ever had. He's trying to establish kissing and all of that really fast. Pickup artists are really good at doing this on purpose. What they're doing is flooding you with oxytocin, especially it works on anxiously attached women who are insecure and need that bonding and need that connection to even feel like they are loved. Now, does he just tell you everything you want to hear? Does everything seem like it's going really suspiciously well? It may be that it is going too suspiciously well. You need to have those conversations and talk about the reality of the relationship. If he's not able to do that and it just defaults back to good feelings, especially in the first 7 months of the relationship, good sign that he's actually avoidant. If he kind of shows uncertainty or discomfort at the idea of being locked into a relationship or putting a label on it or being official or being exclusive, pretty good sign of avoidance. If he's not willing to share his life goals with you and he's not living to moral principles, you see him living to feelings, especially making other people feel good. Honestly, that is one of the biggest signs of avoidance right there because he's just endlessly filling that good meter. Always track to see if he's tracking the meter or if he's tracking real moral principles in his heart. Now, at this point, most women ask, what am I actually supposed to be looking for? These are great red flags, but what would he do if he was secure? What's the difference? Well, I teach this all the time in my coaching, and if you ever need someone to show you step by step what a good relationship looks like, or if you want to be assessed to see if you've got an open security gap that avoidant men are going to exploit, sign up for a session with me by clicking right here, and we can build a coaching program around you and your needs right now to get you out of this pattern and find you Mr. Right. But a secure man will act based on his principles, and he will tell you those things. And instead of rushing ahead into feelings, he's going to be asking you questions about yourself, and especially asking you to tell him stories about your life. He's going to share stories that illuminate his moral principles more than look at me, look at me, look at me, or more than, hey, look how many good feelings I can give you, or how many sad feelings I can make you feel for me. He's going to be taking it slower and not leaping into the bedroom as fast as humanly possible, but stepping back and being a little bit slower. Most women who are anxiously attached view this as disinterest, so they think he just doesn't like her. This is actually a more secure man taking his time. Be aware of this big difference right here, because this is how you differentiate more of a secure man versus an avoidant man who's rushing you through the process to get you addicted so that you will then chase him as he continues to withdraw and pull away. The difference here is the security allows him to act slowly from a place of confidence instead of feeling like he has to rush ahead to manage you. So if you ever feel like you're being moved along on a conveyor belt instead of somebody walking alongside you and talking with you, that often is a great sign that that person is avoidantly attached and is moving you through the relationship, not toward a good end that you're going to like. And lastly, especially at the 7-month mark, does he start pulling away? Once you pursue, does he withdraw? Find those moments where he pulls away and start cataloging them. How often do they happen? What does he do afterward? Everybody has off moments and moments where they get quiet, but how often does he pull away, especially after sharing something? Does he then withdraw into his shell like a turtle? Big sign that that's what he's going to do throughout the course of the relationship. So does this mean it's doomed? If you're watching this video right now and you're either a man who's avoidant or a woman who's dating an avoidant man, is there simply no hope? Do you have to give up? No, not at all. I work with avoidant men in my coaching practice all the time, and I guide couples with this dynamic through fixing it. Because frankly, when an avoidant person and an anxious person both fix their attachment and can finally finally be open with each other, they can heal like never before, and they can form human superglue for both of them that actually makes them feel safe and bonded in their relationship as they can share their needs. So if you're looking for help like that, or if you're in a relationship like this, drop me a comment down below. Let me know, Adam, I'm an avoidant man. Adam, I'm dating an avoidant man. What do I do? Drop me those comments below. What made you watch this video in the first place? Let me know if you're one of those people in this relationship dynamic. And if you are, do not be terrified. This can be fixed 100%, and you can build a loving relationship for the rest of your life. So leave me that comment below, drop me a subscribe and a like, and support the channel so we can keep teaching people about these relationship dynamics and how